Okay, here's a challenge for you.
Yep.
I did something.
You're always doing things. You're a doer.
My brother says that stuff always happens to me, but I don't know. Maybe I just make it up in the story.
Or maybe stuff happens to most people, but they don't remember it or they don't make a thing out of it.
I don't make a thing out of it.
Yeah.
I have too much time to think about it. And this one, here's your challenge.
Yeah.
I want you to... I want you to turn what I did into a Daily Mail article or a headline.
Yeah, great.
And whether or not, if it written the right way, I could get
money
cancelled.
Oh yeah, cancelled. Great.
Yeah. So I did a thing for Sam Pang for the Logies.
Yep.
Did you see it? Oh, yeah, you did see it. It was me in the
dressing room.
In the dressing room
with Kitty.
With Kitty. So I was in Sam Pang's dressing gown, massaging him. And
God, it was horrific. I had to turn off.
Take notes.
I had to turn off.
Take notes because it's going to be in your article.
Yeah.
All right. I was in a dressing gown, so just a pair of underpants underneath and a dressing gown. Right. So, yeah. You're shaking your head. What's so wrong with that? That's what you wear.
You love a bit of nudity or semi-nudity.
It wasn't my idea.
Yeah, but people know that you're up for it. They'll write it in. You know what I mean? Well, Glenn will be up for that.
You ran around the backyard in the nude. You actually showed your penis.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
Well, no.
Jumping through a sprinkler.
The bag fell off. That was on the Adam Hill show, yeah. They gave me a...
What do you mean the bag fell off?
They had a modesty bag, they called it, and they put it around your bits.
I thought it was modesty flap. Modesty bag. That's inferring you got plenty to put
That's
away.
what I said. That's 50 cents a mixed lies. I got at least $2 down there, buddy. Yeah, the modesty bag fell off.
Yeah, I had the same thing. Russell Coyd used to have one. Did it stick on? Would it have sticky tape?
Had a little tie, like a ribbon.
Oh, so you put it all in there and pulled it all and tied a knot at the top.
Bad.
Be a double bow for you.
It's bad.
Oh yeah, I had a stick on then, and then
reef knot.
First time we went away, we did it, and then the second time, nothing for me, nothing.
Yeah, they go, oh, no, I couldn't get that. No, we couldn't get that. Where's my modesty pouch? That's what they said. They go, no, we couldn't get one of those.
They gave me a sock.
They got a modesty bag. Yeah, I know.
Yes. So, out there, people viewing us on TV going, that looks pretty easy. It's not that easy.
Nah.
Doing nude scenes, tying things up down there.
Oof.
I did a lot of G-string work with Kath and Kim too.
Of course.
Yeah, anyway. So, I'm in the thing, in between shots. And... can you guess what joke I did? So I'm sitting on the couch, and can you guess the move that I did? A famous move from a movie.
Oh, Sharon Stone.
Yes.
Sharon Stone.
I did the Sharon
in
Stone.
Basic Instinct. Did you say happy ending at any point?
And I did it to Sam.
Love you long time at any point?
No, I didn't. Anyway, I had black underpants on, so I would say that you would have thought you saw something.
But you didn't see anything.
But you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay, writing this down for your Daily Mirror? Because you're going to destroy my career.
Yeah, Glenn Robbins.
Yeah, not yet. Do it at the end.
Okay, crescendo.
You can do the whole article. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then Kitty turns up. So I'm going...
Not just a boys' club anymore, is it?
No.
It's not Scouts.
So I've got a joke up my sleeve.
Oh, God.
So in between...
Yeah, go on. In between shots, yeah.
I went, hey, Kitty. And I banged her one.
Oh, you said... Banged her one?
Yeah.
Would you like a massage?
No, I said I gave her the Sharon Stone.
Yeah. Well, she'd find that funny.
Yeah, she found it funny.
Yeah.
But only in reflection. Because things happen. And you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. So we need a Daily Mail.
So the Daily Mail, if they were there, if that word got out, someone on the set said this is what happened, they rang up the Daily Mail, what would they say to destroy my career?
Well, we need the headline. So Glenn Robbins exposes himself.
On Logie
on
comedy skit.
Behind the scenes, Coit shows his coit. Kitty sees Knight's real night. No, hang on. No, it's more night than, like Cal Knight's. Cal Knight shows the real night.
The Dark Night of Cal Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Night of Cal Knight. That's it. The Dark Night of Cal Knight. And then a series of photos of you getting drunk and stuff. That's quite good, the Dark Night of Cal Knight.
And then they would say that I did a Sharon Stone.
Yeah, you did a Sharon Stone.
And I opened my legs and closed them again. And all being that she laughed, or they laughed, it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
For those involved. And some were traumatised. Some are seeking medical help.
But we need more puns in there. We need a few more puns,
Oh, what else is there?
Well, there's Coit, isn't there? Coit.
Yeah.
Uncle Arthur. I don't know. Fisk. Fisk.
Fisk Frenzy.
Pang sees Glenn's front bar. That's not bad.
Oh, that's good. I know, Frick. We're not going
Hit
to
the
drop
music.
that. Play the music. Play the
Here we
music.
go. Here we go.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
All right. Yep. Good one.
Okay.
Anyway, he did a great job, Pang. Now,
He did a sensational
I think
job.
they're all our jokes.
Well, I don't know. I've made some of those jokes in conversation, and he
Yeah, they
obviously
just
thinks
turns
that
up.
Let's turn up. That's the way that guy works. I mean, seriously.
I've got to mention I'm touring. I keep forgetting to mention me and Brad Oaks are back on the road, and we're doing Cowra this Friday and Casula this Saturday, which is near the sort of the Sydney airport. Kind
I've
of.
never heard of Casula.
I've never heard of Casula
Hello
either.
to any of the folks out there from Casula.
Um,
Are you doing theatres or?
yeah, they're theatres. Casula's an old power station, and then the Friday after, I'm in Launceston, Tasmania.
Jeez, you're
Pretty
working hard.
great.
You were in Adelaide this week or a couple of days ago?
Did Adelaide was great.
Yeah.
Awesome. The Woodcroft Hotel. Listeners to this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I meet listeners everywhere.
Do you?
Absolutely everywhere.
And what do they say?
Get Glenn off the program. We just want you. I go, oh, that's a bit difficult.
Oh, no,
No, they love it. They love
the
it.
elderly employed.
They love it. They absolutely love it.
Oh, that is good. It's good to hear because, you know, I met a lady at the airport in Bali and she was a palliative care nurse.
Oh, yeah, right.
And, you know, she said, thank you for getting me.
Sorry, was she travelling with you? Was she a carer?
She was carrying my boogie board. No, thank you for getting me through COVID. I get a lot of that.
Yeah, through COVID. Yeah.
COVID because we
still put out shows.
We hung in tough.
We did.
We did it in separate rooms.
Oh, God. Some of it was on Zoom. Some of the quality wasn't great, I think.
And I try to explain to people how we did it, and they get a bit bored when I try to
Yeah, I
explain.
know.
Because I recorded in one house, and they recorded another, and then the producer had to put them both together and time it out, and they're going, whatever.
God, she's saying, I wish I
Who
was back in the
cares?
palliative ward. All right, well, we get two topics. We've got to work out how they're related. That's why it's somehow related. Last time we checked the comedy charts, it was number 15, this show. I mean,
I know you don't talk about
I
that.
don't talk about that. That's all right. You can mention it in Australia. Anyway, so what are the two topics, Sam?
Kramer and Scuba.
Well, so Kramer, as in Michael Richards, the comic actor from Seinfeld.
Yeah, we had him on last week, the other week, when he was doing this
sauna.
The sauna. It's like a sauna in here. It was our thinking music. Kramer, well, look, legendary.
Well, hang on, it's not Kramer's Night Spot. Remember that was a famous night spot in Preston, Melbourne?
Oh, was it?
Remember Kramer's Night Spot? I think it's still
No.
a pub. Oh, okay.
Well, how did they spell it?
Kramer's with a K. Yeah. It was, before.
But it wasn't based on Kramer.
No, it was like the 70s.
Just happened to be,
the
right.
80s. Oh, Kramer's Night Spot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
It was up there with the, what was the other one near there that's still going? The Croxton Park.
the Croxton.
Remember the Croxton? Rocking at the Croxton?
Where is that? What suburb?
That's Thornbury.
So for people from other states, Thornbury is
Well,
kind
Thornbury-
of a hip suburb
It's
now.
hipster now, but back then Preston and Thornbury were down marketplaces. A lot of criminals used to live in Preston.
Hello.
Now they're hipsters.
Yeah.
They've moved in, but they're still an old school, working class suburbs, but they've been gentrified. I think it's a way to
The
put it.
Croxton Park was famous for that. Would have had live bands and stuff.
Oh, they still have bands. I saw a band there the other night. Yeah, it's great.
No, you didn't.
I saw Everclear from the 90s, yeah.
That's an eye drop, isn't it?
Okay, I'll give you one of their songs and you should know it.
Okay.
I am still living with your ghost,
You're making
dreaming
that up.
of the West Coast. You don't know that song?
No.
It was huge in the 90s. I don't want to
Yeah.
be a bad guy.
Oh, look.
Santa Monica it's called.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of Ellis, bad guy. Did I tell you the time I was in Los Angeles and I was driving from the airport back to from the place I was staying, which was an ex-girlfriend, back to the airport.
Sharon Stone, anyone we know? Brooke
And
Shields.
I was saying to her, "Wow, we're driving to LA Airport, just like the song." And she goes, "There's no song called LA Airport."
Yeah, there is.
And I said, "Yes, there is." Now, I think we may have said this before, but if you sing the lyrics to that song, it sounds like you're just making it up.
LA International Airport. Yeah.
So what's the next line?
I don't know.
Where the big jet engines roar.
It's like a kid's song, yeah.
LA International Airport. It's
a good song.
It's a good song. She's going, you're making that up. It's not true. I must admit, we used to make a lot of things up on that holiday. That was the holiday that we went to.
This is with your American girlfriend.
Yeah.
Remember you made the thing about you being a millionaire from Australia?
Yeah, well, you know.
And famous. I'm big time in Australia.
This is the one where we went with my two brothers, my brother
you
and
went to
my
the
friend.
Mint.
We went to the Mint. And what about the escalators? Have we talked about that?
No, that's a good one. No, I haven't heard that one. I have heard it, but I don't know if you've done it on this podcast.
That's where we went to a shopping centre, and went to a department store, and we pretended that we had never seen escalators before.
Then what'd you call them?
I said, "Oh my God, look, the stairs are moving. What's happening?"
It's funny.
And she goes, "They're escalators."
They're escalators, Glenn.
And we go, "Wow, how much for a go?" She goes, "They're free. Just get on." And then we got on and we sort of held on going, whoa, whoa.
That's funny.
And then we got to the top and went, "How do we get off? How do we get off?" "Just step on, just keep on walking and you're on another floor."
Wow.
So she was quite, and then we let her know, she was quite used to us being
Idiots.
being smart. and
Idiots.
making up songs about airports and escalators.
Kramer.
He
I've
was
met
in,
him.
you've met him.
Yeah, he interviewed
You know,
on the
between the
radio.
two of us, we have met 3 members of Seinfeld.
You met Seinfeld, didn't you? And
No,
you
he
met George.
me. Yeah, I met Jerry. Met me when he was here doing when he just retired and he came to Australia. The first place he toured,
90s. Yeah.
99,
90s.
I think it was.
Yeah. I went and saw him.
I did too.
But you introduced, didn't you? You MC.
No, I didn't. I didn't get to introduce him.
Well, Eddie McGuire did the night I went.
Yeah, Eddie McGuire did it, but he didn't say Jerry Seinfeld. No, the backstage guy did that. So I was asked. I was asked to do.
He's very particular, isn't he?
Yeah.
About whatever.
Yeah, he was the one. Like the backstage guy said, "Okay, here's what you do. You get up and you introduce his guest act, and then you say, 'Welcome to the Jerry Seinfeld Show,' and then you introduce his
Mario Joyner.
Mario Joyner.
Yeah, he was funny.
Well done." And then you get off. I said, "Well, okay, well,
Is that it?
that was it." He goes, "It's easy. I do it every night." And I went, "Well, why don't you do it?" I was in a bit of a smart mood. And he goes, "Because I'm paying you, buddy." And I went, "I'm not being paid." He goes, "Well, I'm paying somebody." I'm going, "This is a bad vibe. This is not a good vibe."
Who was getting paid? The promoter.
Well, I don't know, but I think it may have been an equity thing or something that they needed an Australian actor on stage at someone
That used to be that, but not anymore. Used
Well,
to be a thing.
Then he just did it. He did the back. He was the one that got me to the side of the stage, and then he goes, "Okay, here we go. We're going to go. Let's go. Lights down now." And he pushed me on. He pushed me onto the stage. I'm not making that
What
up.
an arsehole. So, and you didn't get to do any comedy or anything, did
Oh
you?
no, I said I might do it. No bits. No bits. Nothing funny, man.
Was this the manager?
Yeah. It wasn't the guy that everyone knows. It was like the tour manager.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sure they think that, some people get a little bit carried away when they get to work with Jerry Seinfeld. But you go, you know what? We've been in this business a long time. I wouldn't be here. I know how to handle myself.
And he's the one where you went to say hello to Jerry. Did he get in between you? Or?
You go, I said, "I'll just say hello to Jerry." He goes, "Do not say hello to Jerry. We will organize for you to say hello to Jerry." And I went, you know what? I don't give a shit now.
Then didn't Jerry ask you to bring up that newsreader? And
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah, what's her name?
Natasha
Natasha
Belling?
Belling. Oh, you're good.
So he saw her on the news and he wanted to have a date with her because
Yeah.
he was single.
And you look at Natasha Belling, she looks a lot like his wife. His wife's got blonde hair now, but Natasha is gorgeous.
And remember, he tried to go to Mario's in Fitzroy. They tried to bring up that same arsehole would have rung up Mario's and tried to get a booking, and the guy goes, "We don't take bookings here." Because they don't. That's one of their
right. Yeah,
policies.
yeah,
we don't take
yeah.
bookings here. It's just a walk-in restaurant. It's a good restaurant. We went there with you.
Yeah, I saw him the other day, Mario. He came
Mario,
up to me at
one of
golf
the
the other day.
Marios.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy.
The old Mario or the young
Such
Mario?
a tradition, that place.
We went there with your mate.
Alex, friend of the show.
chef,
He
chef.
wanted to meet you, and we met
Oh,
there.
it's great. It's good
Yeah.
food. I don't think it was Mario answered the phone and said, "No, we don't take bookings." And that guy goes, "It's for Jerry Seinfeld." He goes, "I don't care who it's for. We're not taking bookings."
That made the papers.
press.
It
Yeah.
made the papers. Well, bad luck, buddy.
And
That's
so
the way we work here.
Didn't they set up a little table and a chair for Jerry and his date down the side of the theatre or somewhere? That's where they had the date, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
You know more about it than me.
So did you get to actually talk to Jerry?
I went back after the second show. I went back, and you're like me. When you get hungry, you get angry.
Yeah.
I had 2 shows, and I didn't eat the whole night. So I got to go into his dressing room about 11 o'clock at night, and I was starving. The room was just full of food. I just started munching into it.
You're eating Jerry's rider.
And then Michael Ledgley turned up and goes, "Anyway, you're not being paid?" And then I went, I had this mouthful of food. I'm going, well.
Did you say anything about not being paid, or?
I think I did.
Yeah, good on you.
I think I said, I don't understand what's going on here,
Yeah.
But it worked out fine. Jerry was fine. He was all right. He pointed at me and said hello, and we had a bit of fun. We joked about going out to we talked about sharks because you're scared of sharks.
Yeah.
And then we talked about going out to nightclubs and stuff, and how not making the cut at the front door and that sort of stuff. And I was riffing. I was riffing
with the
Seinfeld
King.
style. Yeah.
But then you also met George, didn't you? You won a tour
Well, I
with him.
toured with George. Yeah. Jason Alexander. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
He's a song and dance man. He's a brilliant comedic actor. But it's funny when you meet him, you want him to be George.
Yeah, but he's not George. Yeah.
He's not George. No, he's pretty straight bat. He's just an easygoing guy. Really lovable, really nice.
Yeah.
You want him to be more neurotic than he is, and he's not.
So you met Kramer.
So you met Kramer.
I met Kramer. So what happened? He came out to Australia in the 2000s. I was on Nova with Husey and Kate, and there was this whole thing about him being badly behaved on this. So he was promoting something like shoes or doing one of those tours where they obviously paid him a whole lot of money to promote.
It's ringing a bell.
Promote something. I can't remember if it was shoes or a clothing brand. And Triple M, because he was badly behaved at Triple M were playing promos like, you want to have a laugh? Don't listen to Kramer. He's no fun or something like that. And, because I think he stormed out and so they were all the publicists. But he came in. He was funny. We had a good time with him. I said to him straight away, me and Husey, we're both comedians. We love you. And he's like, oh, yeah, great.
I think he's a normal sort of guy. I mean, he's a
bit eccentric.
I've read his biography.
What's that called?
So I think I know the answer to this. It's on my phone.
So you didn't really read the book. You heard the book, as we've pointed out before.
Does
he read it out?
Yes, he does.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's more of an experience.
I agree.
And he reads it with a cadence, a rhythm of him.
Oh, I'd like that.
Then I did that.
Because he was in movies like Coneheads. He was in Coneheads and movies like that. Because he was Saturday Night Live or no Fridays?
That's where you met Larry David.
So it's a Saturday Night Live kind of. It was like a rip-off kind of. They try to compete. No, we had a good time with him. I can't remember, but he was funny because you're sitting there and you're like, we're talking to Kramer.
Yeah, I know. I was having coffee with Jason Alexander in the hotel foyer, sitting at a small coffee table, going, I'm sitting. It's like in the show, sitting opposite, and he was telling me intimate stuff, and I'm going. He goes, I don't know what to do, and I'm going, oh my god,
I'm Jerry.
I get to be Jerry. So Kramer, I mean, legendary, really, absolutely. I mean, he has to go down. One
of the great sitcom characters. When he would make an entrance, he had the best entrances. He was like Fonzie. Fonzie was a bit like him, but not as funny. Remember,
that's right.
Fonzie would make an entrance, everyone would applaud.
Yeah, I know. That's what happens that's the old sort of 3-camera studio shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get the applause as they come in. But he used to have smooth shoes, so he could do that.
Oh, is that why he used to glide on the...
Yeah. He had, I think he had what are the classic shoes? He suffered a lot during shooting of Seinfeld. Acceptance.
What did he suffer from? Like anxiety?
Oh, anxiety, and sort of
I bet.
and just putting himself under a lot of pressure to be funny, and just the fear of not remembering his lines, not getting it right, all the normal stuff that you go through with all that stuff. But he won 3 Emmy Awards. He was funny, and he brought such a great energy.
And his ideas were funny. Just in the character was funny in that he came into the. Remember, he had these great ideas like the coffee table book.
Yeah.
A coffee table book of coffee tables.
Yeah, and it turns into a coffee table.
Oh, that's right.
A little coffee table. He had that lovable, eccentric sort of... What did he do in the show where the woman needed a nose job but no one wanted to say anything? And he just went, oh, you're attractive but you need a nose job? It's just like he would say stuff that everyone wanted to say.
Yes.
And kind of like, what's wrong with that? I'm just telling the truth.
And the one where the guy thought he was a little bit special because he
teeth
work. Couldn't do that now.
You couldn't do it now. It's because he went to the dentist.
It was a great episode. We like to encourage young men like this, It's like, gee, it was funny. But what has he done since? So he did a sitcom, the Michael Richards
show. He went in the book that he talks a lot about how hard it was because they came up with an idea. I think he was offered that show Monk.
Oh yeah, Monk was great.
Yeah, but I don't think he was in the right place at the right time. As in, it felt too soon. I think
Monk's like that's the guy from Miss Maisel, the dad in Miss Maisel.
That was it. Yeah.
He's a good actor, and he plays like basically an autistic. Detective, isn't it?
And then I can't remember how. Because I didn't read the book, I only listened to it. So
did he talk about the episode where he said the N-word and all that? Did he talk about that?
He talked about that. He was, I mean, that was just he was having a bad day. I mean, there's no excuses for it. He was having a bad day, and then he did the downstairs room, and then he had to do the upstairs room, and the upstairs room was running late, and he was tired. He hadn't eaten, and he was a little bit, he got someone said, "You're not funny." Then he just said some things that he obviously regretted, and it was a mistake. And it's a shame to think that is remembered beyond all,
No, I think most people remember Seinfeld before that.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
But people do. We remember it. So
yeah. What else can we say? I mean, he's like 75 now.
He's 75 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And his marriage broke up during Seinfeld, and he's with another girl now, and they're very happily.
He got kids?
He's got a daughter from his first marriage.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't think he has any with the second.
Probably a granddad now.
Yeah, but he looks well, and if you want to see him sort of late, he did Comedians Having Coffee.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and it's good. It's good.
Watch that.
Yeah, him and Jerry.
But he doesn't do stand-up anymore? He just doesn't tour or anything?
No. But he did the Michael Richards show.
Well, he's probably more of a comic actor, really.
Yeah, and I think the Michael Richards show, what was it about? But anyway, it got cancelled.
Detective.
Yeah, it died.
He was a
and it
detective.
destroyed him. It
really?
really destroyed him. You know, and then he just went travelling, got away, and went through a really bad time. Spent a lot of time alone, a lot of self-reflection. Again, it's a shame that happens because you know, when people have fame like that, they're too quick to put you into something that may not necessarily be right. And I guess for want of working and for want of sitting at home doing nothing or working and being part of something is much more, gives your life more purpose.
Yeah.
So
it reminds me, I've got to talk to you about my idea for you. It's a Cal Knight spin-off. But anyway, whatever. Cal Knight's moved to Thailand. Yeah.
Right.
Set up
That's
a
a
butcher.
great idea.
Yeah, set up a butcher.
but he's still living off a pension from Australia.
Yeah. And he's
Because
got
that's all other guys do.
He's got a new girlfriend in Thailand.
Oh, what happened to Kath?
No, she's gone, mate. We can't get Kath. We've only got you, all right?
Oh, okay. Easy.
But in fact, what I want you to do, I want you to do a bit of Cal Knight and a bit of Russell Coit as well. So that's the idea.
Great
This is the idea.
idea.
You're living in a Koh Samui, say, a resort
Yep,
with
you
your
got
new
it.
wife.
Yep.
And your next door neighbour is Russell Coit.
Oh,
So you play both parts.
g'day. G'day, I'm Russell Coit, and I'm your next door neighbour. And hang on, now I have to do Cal. How's Cal speak? Oh, g'day, you're a nice looking sort of bloke. Yeah. Your shoulders are a bit tight. Can I give you a bit of magic fingers massage?
So you think about this show, the first night it would rate off its ass and then it would
And
just
then
go...
would off a cliff.
Yeah, off a cliff.
Off a cliff.
Then you get a headline in the Daily Mail for sure.
Yeah, well, you know, I've got it all worked out. Is there anything that we...
No, I think we covered that.
well, look, legendary show, legendary character.
Funny, just a funny person.
Yep, funny person.
He was funny in Coneheads. I've seen him in a few movies doing cameos just before he was Kramer, and he's funny in these movies.
What were some of his lines? The famous...
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Thirsty? I'm out. From the...
I'm out from the comp test.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a sauna in here. That was funny.
Levels, Jerry. I'm going to build levels. Remember that episode where he was just going to
yeah.
make the apartment in? We've been watching earlier episodes of late, and I reckon the writing in the early episodes was so much more organic. It wasn't as self-conscious.
Yeah, right,
And it was just really good. And often the episode just wouldn't sort of wrap up the way a lot of modern sitcoms wrap up. It was just sort of like, not peter out, but just sort of finish.
I read the Seinfeld book written by some fan or writer or something. It was really interesting, and he interviewed a lot of the writers. And what happened when Larry David left? They had a lot of younger writers, and they all just came up with Kramer storylines. They couldn't
write the other guys.
Elaine. They couldn't really write for Elaine. They couldn't really write for George, but they loved writing for Kramer because he's like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like living in a shared house or what. You know what I mean? So
some characters do get easy to write for because they're just so left field. You just go, it would be funny if
he managed an aquarium for one day or something.
Yeah. So, but the problem is that when it gets too easy to write, it can become cliched and shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and stupid. Some of the ones with Kramer towards the end were just stupid.
Yeah,
like,
you're
just
much
stupid.
better off to have him come in and as a second voice rather than the first voice.
Yes.
Like an interrupter to what's going. Why are you doing that?
This is all in Glenn Robbins' sitcom masterclass. You can get it online.
Well, I'm more of an interrupter than I am. I mean, Russell Coit, I was the only one, but I'm happier being a third voice.
Get on Cal Knight. Yeah,
I'm happy being a second voice or a third voice. I want to be number one voice. I think you had too much pressure. Step to the side.
There's nothing wrong with number two.
Nothing wrong with
As Noel Gallagher from Oasis said, the number one song is always shit. You're better off being number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
He goes off on a novelty song or something. All right, well, let's talk about Scuba. Scuba. You know what I always think of when I hear the word Scuba? Those sketches we wrote for that show that we can never remember what it's called. What was it called?
What was the show called? Open Slather.
Open Slather. And we wrote a number of quick sketches where it was an Uber sketch and it was Uber Scuba.
Was it?
Yeah, remember? And so the guy goes, Uber? He goes, yeah. And he goes, we did Uber Tuba, which is a guy playing a tuba in the back. Yeah, but those if they're quick,
Jeez,
if you can't be funny,
like that,
how did it get axed? We did Uber Tuba. Is this the Uber? This is the Uber Tuba. And the guy goes, womp, womp, womp. This is Uber. This is Uber Scuba. And then you had a scuba. I remember we did the tuba one. I don't know if they did the other one.
I don't know why.
Uber, Uber, Luba? No, I can't remember. Anyway, I don't know much about scuba. I've never been scuba diving. Snorkeling.
Do you know what it stands for?
No.
I think it stands for self-underwater breathing
Apparatus.
Well,
hang on. Where's the C?
C.
Self-care?
Self-contained.
Well, I never knew
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
that. Wow.
I've just written that down. So, and who was it invented by?
Jacques Cousteau?
The only one. The number. Yes. How did you know that? You do know some stuff.
No, I don't. I just guessed that because.
Mind you, who else do you know from scuba?
Yeah.
I do. I don't. I know one that you probably don't remember.
The shark people in the cage. Yeah, they used to have TV shows. Alan and June, or they were always wearing scuba and get a shark in a cage or something, in a cage with a shark.
Yeah, that's right.
Weird.
One of that is a show that the younger audience would know called Sea Hunt, which is all about a Navy scuba guide, starring not Michael Douglas, Nelson.
A vague memory of Sea Hunt.
Yeah, black and white. Sea Hunt. It was really good.
You see scuba in war movies, in movies like, have you seen the Big Blue? That's got scuba in it.
Is that scuba or is that holding breath diving?
Oh, you might be right.
When they follow a rope down and they hold their breath.
You're right. In Sicily or somewhere.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Because, all bets are off when you got the scuba on. Have you ever done it?
No.
Like you can do the full deal, which I think takes quite some time, or you can do a resort dive, which is what I do.
You do that?
Well, it means that you can go and do it, but you have to be with an instructor. And I did it at Bar and Bay, and we learnt in the pool at the motel.
Sounds official.
Yeah.
And then he said, all right, we're going in the pool now. Oh.
We went out to Julian Rocks, which is straight out from Byron Bay. Went out there, sharks and everything out there.
Doesn't know if you're an instructor.
The thing.
Yeah.
So halfway through the instructing, I'm watching this guy and I'm going, he's got a finger missing. Then I'm thinking, how did he lose his finger?
Yeah, how?
Stop listening. How did he lose his finger? Did he get it caught on thing? Did he poke it through with the glass and the goggles? Did he Am I going to lose my finger? So I didn't listen properly. And then we got out to I'm a man of the ocean, as you know. I'm what you would call almost a waterman.
You love the ocean. You're like Aquaman.
Well, look, a little bit. I've grown up in the ocean, and I've converted you saying that the ocean.
I love the ocean.
Yeah, I've converted you into where did we do that for the first time?
Coffs Harbour, maybe? I'm going to Coffs Harbour this week. I'm going to get in the ocean.
And you drive for miles now.
I do.
And you're like me. You believe that salt water is good for you.
It's good. It helps you sleep at night, too.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Here, I go out on the boat, right? We're next to Julian Rocks. I put all the gear on, put the weight belt on, put the tank on, put the goggles on, put the whole thing on. And I'm used to diving under the water. But then I swam out and I go, you know what?
Sank.
No. I went, you know what? I might just get back in the boat. He goes, no, you're going to go under. I go, no, just hang on a sec. Because my brain is going, don't go under because bad things happen. Because your brain's fighting. It's like bungee jumping. Your brain's going, don't jump off. You'll die. Don't go under the water. You'll drown. So he goes, no, go. He goes, no, go. And I went under.
Gee, Julian's very firm.
And then as you get under, then you go, it all makes sense now. Because the weight belt makes sense, the breathing apparatus, it all made sense. But your brain is, because when you weighted down.
Yeah, flippers?
And the whole, what are all the things? You got your goggles, you got your breathing. Wetsuit, tank, weight belt.
Flippers. Goggles. Yeah, you said goggles.
Spear gun, knife.
Spear gun.
Spear gun. What a shocking weapon.
Oh, what a weapon.
What an awful. Anyway, so then I got down, and the thing is, they can tell how well you're handling it by how quickly you breathe. If you're panicking, you're going like that. Whereas if you go, as soon as you get under, you go, okay, breathe slowly. Breathe slowly.
Sounds horrific.
Like when you get in a surfing wipeout, did I tell you about when I was up at...
Was it worth it? What did you see down there?
Well, you saw fish. I
could see them at the fish shop up the road here. Was it beautiful?
Of course it was. It was beautiful because you could fly.
Yeah, right.
Because you could move through the water. And so, because when you dive underwater normally, you've got, 30 seconds, a minute or whatever, where you go, I'm down here, I'm enjoying it, but I'm going to run out of breath fairly soon. You can just hang down there.
Yeah.
And the instructors he basically swam over and sat on the bottom and just sort of hung there. and we swam around him, and the fish came up. We didn't see sharks or anything.
So what happened the other day? You were going to tell me?
So I was up at Mick Fanning's charity.
Still going on about this. Yeah, go on. Yeah. I was talking to Jack from Swag on the Beat.
Yeah.
He was here.
He
at the
was
pub.
there. Yeah.
I know, and your sketch is up. It's funny. Your golf sketch is up.
Yep.
Swag on the
had
Beat.
a
Have a
lot
look.
of-
I'll put it on the Facebook page, actually.
Yeah, it's good.
It's funny.
How did you know? Has this come up on your feed?
He told me it was up,
Oh, yeah.
and then the kids saw it. Anyway, he said, "There were heaps of people up there. There was Celebrity Central up there on
Well,
the."
of course it was. Anyway, the king, Mick Fanning.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I met an old surfer that used to
Hamish
surf.
and Andy were there?
Yeah, Hamish and Andy were there. But Tommy Little was there.
Incredible.
Who else was there? Me?
Oh, Izzy Die.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, so we're talking to one of the guys because when do I go to those things? There were surfers hanging around. I don't want to talk the
Talk
talk.
to surfers.
Talk the talk.
Yeah.
You were with me when I was talking the talk. No, was that?
I was with you at a cafe once, at the burger joint. You just started talking to this guy about surfing. It's like, oh, God, boring. But it's like anything when people know about something. You know.
So anyway, when you get hit with a big wipeout, when you're being held under the water with scuba, you feel okay. But when you're being held under the water, you panic because you don't know which way's up and you're running out of breath. But when you're under the water, you have to go, at this point, I need to relax. I need to remain calm.
Yeah.
Because then if I panic, then
Don't flail.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy, he was telling me, and I said to him, of course, I've been surfed in Fiji. And there's a world-famous break called Cloud Break, which is one of the number one breaks in the world. And, of course, that's my trump card. I've surfed Cloud Break. It's like I said I played tennis at Wimbledon.
Or
It's
golf
like
at
climbed
St.
Mount
Andrews.
Everest.
Golf
Yeah.
at St. Andrews.
Yeah, I've climbed Mount Everest. Oh, yeah. And he goes, I had my worst wipeout there.
Ooh.
And he said he was held under, and he goes, he's held under, then because what you get hit, and then you get hit again, and then you get hit again. He said to himself, that's it, I'm done.
Ooh.
And he goes, he tried to relax, and he went, I'm done. And then he went, okay, and he went, what's the best way to go? And he went, I've heard that he had heard that it's best if you take water in. So, and then you.
Well, he started swallowing water.
No, what he did was he goes, I'll just try a little bit of it. And he went, so he sucked a little bit in and went, oh my God, and went, fuck that, I'm going to live. So he confronted death, took a little bit of water in, went, no, I'm going to, and he swam to the top and lived to tell the story.
Wow.
But imagine that going, okay, I'm going to willingly take in some water to end it.
Incredible.
God, incredible. What legends surfers are. Really are.
Are they?
Didn't you see them in the Olympics, how great they were?
Oh, they were good. I only saw bits and
Jack
pieces.
Johnson. Robinson, sorry.
Jack Johnson's a musician.
And I saw him, so he can surf as well.
Yeah, he can surf.
He can surf really well. Jack Robinson has got silver for Australia. For Australia.
Oh, good on him.
And the local guy won, the French guy who surfed
Yeah.
that break every day. Of course he's going to
Of course he wins.
Okay, so
Scuba.
scuba diving, Jacques Cousteau. What else can we say about it? You got to deal with water pressure.
Yeah.
You got to do the thing with getting the bends and all that sort of stuff. You come up too quickly.
Oh, baby's got the bends.
Do you know your blood can change colour underwater?
Oh, it just sounds too dangerous to me.
I think your blood turns green or something because there's more something in the blood or something.
Who started scuba diving? I wonder if it was a military thing when they started doing military. And
Jacques
then...
Cousteau.
So he invented it, did he?
Yeah, he was the
What?
one. Yeah, he probably, I don't know.
Put this thing on your face, the glass thing, and then you put the tank on the back, and you stick the thing in your mouth. You'll go under there. I wonder who he tried it out on. One of his kids, I bet. You get down there, you'll go under. He was so famous, wasn't he, Jacques Cousteau?
I'm just thinking that might not be a bad make-believe.
Jacques Cousteau.
Trying to explain to someone that he's got some gear and he wants you to jump in the water.
You want me to do what? Jacques Cousteau.
Because nothing against the French, but whatever they say always sounds
Sounds impressive.
It sounds impressive.
Yeah.
I will dive under the water to breathe the water. You will swim and be with the fishes. As opposed to going, you're going to dive under. You don't have to hold your breath.
Yeah, we got
You
this
can
tank.
breathe. You can breathe. You carry around a tank on your back and big flippers and stuff, and a big weight belt because you got to go down the deep end. Doesn't sound as impressive, does it?
No.
So
right.
scuba, they still do it today. Get your scuba license. There are scuba divers out there listening too.
Yeah, they'd be punching.
What about those guys? What about those guys in Thailand?
Oh, amazing.
Have you seen that documentary?
No. But I know
You should watch that documentary.
Those divers that,
That was incredible what they did.
They're
They've done a
Australians.
reenactment one of it, and they've done an actual one. See the actual one. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, well, maybe you want to see the one. I don't know. But the actual one, the real documentary, talk about heroes.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Who's taking a soccer team down a cave, though? What an idiot. Seriously. That guy that was in charge. Was there a coach?
Wasn't it a storm, an unlikely storm?
Was it? I don't know. I shouldn't, pass aspersions.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Elon Musk calling one of those divers a... Remember he called him a...
Did he?
Remember Elon Musk offered to give his mini submarine to them? And the guy thinks, no, thanks, we'll be right. And he's like, oh, no worries, you like hanging out with kids, do you, mate? And sort of insinuated stuff about the diver. I was like, mate, you're an idiot.
What point? The submarine would be useless.
I know, he's an idiot. They're idiots.
Elon, he does
Calm
some good
down,
things.
mate.
The ego is a funny thing. When it gets rejected, it just goes on attack.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, well, let's have some thinking music. Why don't we have a bit of Kramer?
You know what the good one was? I can't remember why he did it. The one where he wasn't wearing any. He decided to
No underwear.
underwear.
Yeah.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, let's play that.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Don't you see what's going on here? No boxers, no jockeys.
Oh.
The only thing between him and us is a thin layer of gabardine. Kramer, say it isn't so.
Oh, it'd be so. I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh, very funny.
Yeah.
He had great delivery, Kramer.
He had great time and incredible.
Ooh.
And physically, right up to the very end. Even now, I'm sure he's still got great physical attributes.
Probably. Now, I'll have a guess. I think Kramer is related to Jacques Cousteau because he looks a bit French. He could be French Kramer.
Oh, that's a great answer. Say, that's really good.
Like we found out one day that the Happy Days, was it? The Heimlich Maneuver. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it was related.
I reckon I know that it's got some... I listened to the book, and I did listen to the book on an aeroplane going to Bali, and I did fall asleep in a couple of spots.
Oh, God. Fair enough.
But in my haze, I think he used to learn his lines underwater wearing scuba or something.
Really?
Yeah, like he
Difficult?
used to do something underwater or something.
well-
I'm going to say that he learned his lines. He must have had his lines on a bit of paper or something.
Yeah,
But I
all
did
right.
fall asleep during that bit. But it's something to do with Seinfeld, and it's something to do with him.
Sure. Lines.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your answer, Sam?
Michael Richards, the actor who played Kramer, recently posted this on Instagram. At the time I was playing Kramer on Seinfeld, I was a certified diver, and after taping each show, I used to sit in a weighted-down lawn chair at the bottom of my pool with a tank of air and my regulator to calm down after working.
Oh, wow.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
The whole process.
That is a form of meditation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, I think
Remember
you need
there
to
was
you need to come down when you do a gig or whatever. You need to have a bit of wind down time.
What do you do?
Yeah, bong.
Yeah.
Pack of twisties. No, I just normally go home, watch a bit of TV.
It is hard to turn off because your adrenaline has been flying.
Football's been on. Watch some of the football and eat something normally and then read and go to sleep
It's very hard
to wind down. Well, after
wind
Kath
down.
and Kim, you were famous for going to local swimming pools and sitting in them. Remember that? The people, Cal Knight's in the pool again, like he's doing a Kramer.
Well, I do.
But you'd sit in the shallow end.
I have got a pool,
Oh yeah, you could do it.
and I do jump in it late at night.
Do you?
And we're from in Melbourne, the Victoria,
Freezing.
Melbourne. And so most of the year, I would
Freezing.
say 90% of the year, my pool is freezing.
Yeah.
And I do jump in a lot. I hear a lot of people jump in a cold pool when they've got a hangover.
Oh really?
Yeah, Mick Fanning, did I tell you? That was up at his.
Oh, here we go.
He turned up for breakfast the following morning. I said, "You look good," and he goes, "Well, I just jumped in the ice bath." And I heard you talking about ice baths and dropping my name. Hello,
I did. Where
on
was
the
that?
debrief.
Oh yeah. You're a big believer in the ice bath.
Yeah, well, I'm a big believer in salt water and cold and, giving your body a bit of a shock. But what I was going to say, do you remember, what's the name, for Dustin Hoffman,
Rain
Age of
Man.
Content? No, where he's having sex with the older woman. What's the name of that movie?
Oh no, The Graduate.
Graduate. There's a scene in that.
Oh, he sits in the pool, the bottom of the pool.
He sits in the bottom of the pool and
does.
looks up, and then it's kind of he's escaping, really,
Yes.
isn't it? He's just away from everything.
Great.
It's a great scene. Then he comes to the surface, and his parents are there, sort of grabbing at him.
That's right.
It was a really good metaphor for him. Not wanting to have to confront what his parents were putting him through, and confronting the fact that his aunt was it his auntie or he wanted to have sex with him.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with the daughter. I'm going to say that is a film worth
great.
watching again.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. And Kramer. So normally at this point,
Yeah, we have some kind of funny thing to go out, but you've got to go to Mick Fanning's house again. Apparently, you're washing his car today.
I can't think of anything. Surely there's a scuba joke.
You'd think there's a scuba joke, wouldn't you? But I can't think of a scuba joke.
Yeah.
No scuba jokes going on. I can tell you the one. Have you heard the one about the Canadian guy who moves to Melbourne and he's really lonely and he's really sad and he gets really drunk at the pub and he says, "I want to go fish on the ice, like I used to back in Canada." Have you heard this?
No.
And he goes, "God, please give me a sign. I've got to go fish on the ice." And so lightning strikes, and then so he's so drunk he sees where the lightning is, and he goes towards it, and then he finds he's on the ice. He's like, "God, this is unbelievable!" And he starts hacking at the ice, and he hears a voice, "Please do not do that to the ice." And he goes, "Is that you, God?" And he goes, "No, it's the manager of the ice rink."
Please refrain. Ladies only now.
Yeah, ladies only.